Good evening, everybody. Welcome to She Said, She Said. It's another Saturday night, and we've got really interesting guests for you tonight. We've featured a lot of different people, from stage actors, singers, politicians, brides of the century, but we've never quite featured grandparents or even great-grandparents. So tonight we'll have Michael and Feli Borromeo. Now, she said that it's so nice that after 65 years of being married, they're still together.
And she said that even after 65 years, they do everything together, like holding hands, going to mass, and even praying the rosary every day.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Michael and Feli Borromeo.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. It's so nice to have you here. And I'm really happy, like what I said, after 65 years, I don't know if I will ever reach that, to be together with my husband. I was telling Cutie earlier that maybe I should get married when I'm 1 year old so that I have a chance to last for 65 years.
Right. You're turning 65 years on June. On
June of this
Come
year.
June
Wow.
will be 65 years.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So
Thank you.
I'm sure everybody wants to know what the secret is, but what is the secret?
Love each other.
Love.
Love each other, yes.
well-
Love and respect.
Love and
Love and
respect.
respect.
Yes.
Respect is
They go
important.
hand in hand.
Yes. So
How many children do you have?
Mm.
Children.
You count?
that
How many
many
children? Children.
8 in all.
8?
8 children.
Really?
Okay,
Wait a
and
minute.
Yeah, that's correct.
well, how many did you know?
No. Melanie, Michael, Marilyn, Marissa,
Yes.
Martin,
Myra.
Myra, Margie.
Margie.
Oh, that's right. That's 8.
Also, you have a child called Martin. That's
Yes.
Yes.
That's nice to
Actually,
know.
2 of their sons, they have 2 sons. They have 2 sons and,
And
6
6.
daughters.
Ah.
Both sons have twins for kids.
Really?
Yep.
Both Michael and Martin have twins.
So, do
Yeah.
you have any uncles or aunts with twins, or you have any siblings that are twins?
Not that I can recall.
What about you, Big Mommy?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so. We were just surprised that they had twins.
Usually they say it comes from the female side of the family.
Or yeah, and
yeah,
when they say it comes on the 3rd generation,
yeah, probably so.
like maybe your uncles and aunts had twins, and then your generation won't have any twins, and,
And then
then
it's
your
skipped.
children.
Probably.
Oh, so no, they just had twins, both the boys.
On your
Ah.
side,
But on my side now,
I don't think so.
yeah.
So,
And neither on my side.
so you didn't grow up. I mean, you didn't grow up here in the Philippines.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You grew up here in the Philippines,
Yes.
in Manila, and San Juan. Both of you.
We met in San Juan, yes.
Oh, how did you meet?
Quezon City, first of all.
Yes.
That's where we stayed, our family. And we were in Film Life Home.
Yes,
isn't
Film
it?
Life.
Oh, no, that was already after we got
We were
married.
already married.
Oh, okay.
How did we meet?
So you grew up in Quezon City, and you were in San Juan. And how did you meet? Were you given a blind date with each other?
Well, one day his car with the driver was passing by, and it was almost drizzling, and he stopped the car and asked me, "Do you want a ride?" Because he was in Ateneo and I was in Philippine Women's.
Yes.
So I said, "Okay, that's good. It'll save me taking the bus." So I rode with him. That was the start.
Okay, so did you know each other already when you gave her a
No,
ride?
no.
You didn't know
Really,
each other?
Not really. We see each other
Oh.
maybe, but we don't know each other.
And you were in school.
And
So you were
I
in
would
your
say not strangely, but quite a good thing that she accepted the invitation.
yeah, to ride. Well, it was good. It
Yeah.
was drizzling. And
Oh, it was,
you were in
yeah.
high school or in college?
Yeah.
What school were you at, Big Mommy?
Philippine Women's.
P-
You have to
PWU.
hold the
Philippine
mic
Women's.
closer. Yeah.
Yes.
And Big Daddy, you were.
I was in Ateneo de Manila,
Okay,
Oh,
but
that's
Ateneo
not
was
close to each
where?
other.
Padre Faura,
At Taft.
Oh,
Avenue.
okay.
And PWU was in
Taft Avenue.
Taft also. Ah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
see. So what happened in the car? You talked to
Oh,
each
nothing
other?
naughty.
No, the
They
naughty
dropped me.
things
They
happen.
dropped me at Philippine Women's. compliments.
So they dropped you off
Yeah,
first.
And
that was
then?
the start of our friendship, maybe. But actually, it was during the Japanese time
Yes.
when we were asked. We were doing nothing, idle. The young ones saw. They asked me and my best friend to go to Michael Borromeo's house and invite him to be a member of our Thorns and Roses Club.
Thorns and Roses.
What kind of club was that?
Dancing.
Oh, really?
We were idle, so we had to do something, isn't it? So we were dancing, enjoying.
You would
ourselves.
dance with each other, not with instructors?
No, with each
No,
other.
there were no instructors.
With each
back
other.
We
then.
didn't need anybody to
Oh,
teach us.
okay.
At that time.
So there were enough men and women to be
Yes.
paired together and to dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, so
Actually, I believe that it was a neighborly organization that they put up, and they called it Thorns and Roses because they intended to have the members just dance with each other every time that an opportunity arises to have a party.
So you would practice every so often?
Yes.
So every week you would meet together in a house, or
Oh, we had
Did you have-
different homes to
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
and the
You can
homes
tell
were
the
big
different
enough.
homes, right?
I mean, the homes now are not so big, right?
We just have meetings, and then if we decide on having a dance, with Chong, I don't know if you remember that, it's a big place owned by the Chongs. It's called
Uh-huh.
Villa Chong, and we
Villa Chong.
usually have our dance there. It's a
What-
big place.
Do you want to tell them what happened when Big Daddy first visited you and you were with Aurora? About his car?
Yeah. One time, my friend and I were by the window, watching the things go by, pass by the buses. And then I saw him pass by with his driver. And then there was a canal. Our place is by the market. And,
Yes.
and he was driving, and
I was
the-
learning to drive.
Oh, okay.
one of his wheels, I think, went into the canal. But nothing happened. I said,
Uh-huh.
"Oh, good on you, Miss Tiso." I said,
She said,
Yeah.
buti nga sa mistisong yan.
Was that after he gave you a ride or before?
after.
After. Oh.
After.
Maybe.
Maybe
or
after,
before.
'cause how did
Maybe
you know where she
before.
lived?
Maybe before.
Maybe
But
before.
because
We
I
didn't
should be
know each other
thankful.
yet
Yeah,
at
I
that
should be
time.
thankful he gave me a ride. I
So
would
after
say
that, he
yeah.
was not buti nga sa'yo.
Yeah.
Ah. But maybe that was a sign because you noticed him. See?
Well,
Yeah.
how long did it take before you actually got together? Like from the time you gave her a ride to school, and when did you start dating after that?
That was already the war time. So,
That was during the war.
Yeah, that's why
So-
we were really drawn to each other because of the Thorns and Roses Club.
Ah, okay.
Nothing
So
to do.
what happened? So you're together, and then are there telephones? You ask for each other's number, or
No.
you just know the address?
No,
Maybe you
no.
brought her home so you would know where she studied and where she lived.
Yeah, that is the modern time, but at that time,
So how do you do it? How did you
no,
do it before?
direct contact.
Oh.
You just have to go
So you
there.
just go to the house, and usually they're home.
Actually, I can't remember exactly the details, but I wanted to develop our friendship.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't waste any time.
Good for you.
Actually, they got married right away. And who was the priest that married you?
Father.
Well, in my childhood,
Yes.
I was a sacristan
Oh.
Right.
Yes.
at the San Marcelino Church
Yes, yes,
in Ermita.
yes.
They called it a Padres Paulis Church.
Yes.
Padres Paulus?
Padres Paulis.
Father Paul. Yeah.
Father Paul.
This is in Adamson University.
Yeah, which is
Adamson.
now the
Adamson,
Adamson.
yes, yes.
That was the seminary
it-
before.
Oh, it was. It's
Oh,
a
yes.
very beautiful church.
Yeah,
It's
it
light
is.
blue.
And
Yes.
that is where we were married, by
Oh,
the way.
that's where
how
you were
nice.
married.
Yeah.
I really love that church.
Yes.
I actually almost got married there.
Really?
It wasn't available, but
Oh,
I
you should have
asked.
waited.
I asked in that place.
So the priest that married you there, he was Father
Fernandez.
Father Jose Fernandez.
Jose Fernandez, right?
Yes, a
And
Spanish priest.
Spanish
Yes.
priest. Who wanted to be the one to baptize your firstborn, which was Melanie.
Yes.
He promised
The beautiful
us.
Melanie.
So from the day you let her ride with you until when were you married? How long was that?
Well,
Until after.
actually, that incident happened before the war.
Uh-huh.
But then in January, the Japanese forces conquered, overrun the Philippines.
Yes.
And General MacArthur, as the history shows, had to go to Corregidor.
Uh-huh.
But then he was not, the armed forces, Philippines and Army were not ready to defend the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were overrun, it was during the Japanese occupation that I conquered there.
Oh, you conquered her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
It's actually nice to talk to people who are actually
Experience the
alive
Japanese
during
Yeah,
the war.
yeah.
Because I like to know stories about, because I can't really imagine how life
Life would have
is
been.
because it's different now.
No, Big Daddy had a story about the war. Like during the war, you said you had to stop school,
Studies, everything.
stop the studies and everything.
You mean everybody had to do that? Or,
Everything was at a stop.
okay. So you would just
Schools.
stay home?
Yeah.
Colleges,
Everything was
yeah,
at a stop.
businesses, everything
Was there
stopped.
television or only radio?
At the time, no.
No television. So
Nothing.
you would hear about news over the radio?
Yeah, that was the only means.
The Big Mommy, you had to walk from San Juan to Laguna. You were saying
Beg your pardon?
during the war, you had to walk, right? You had to walk. from,
Yeah. That was during our evacuation. We evacuated to our family, not him. Our family evacuated to Laguna, Liliw, Laguna.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to take the bus going to Liliw, Laguna. But when it was already open city,
Yes.
it meant that we can already come back to our houses.
In San Juan.
We could not find any transportation at all. We have to walk day in and day out. But at night, we have to knock in any houses.
Oh.
Can you stay here overnight?
So you mean when it was an open city, you were free. So from Liliw, Laguna,
Yeah.
you walked back to San Juan.
Yes, up to Binyang, Laguna,
Binyang,
I
Laguna.
think.
How many were you?
My mother, my father didn't go. My mother, my grandmother, grandfather, and all my brothers.
Oh, and how
Yeah.
old were you then?
Yeah. 3 brothers.
How old were you then, Big Mommy?
I was already at the women's. I was already taking up normal.
You were in
So you
college.
were-
I
a
was already in
teenager.
college. Yeah.
19? 19?
Yes.
19. When was
Nine-
that?
yeah. So
I
some-
can't remember
maybe in
now.
your
I
teens.
was in high school.
And then, so you would knock in each door. Were the people afraid, or would they
Yeah.
accept you to stay?
Yes, they were very kind.
Mhm.
One time I remembered, they have no food. They have to catch frogs at the field, frogs from the fields, and they were so nice,
What does it
like
taste like?
chicken.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah.
chicken.
You haven't tasted frogs?
No, and I'm not looking forward to.
No, it's
Yeah.
good. It's like chicken.
Yeah,
So
like
they would cook
chicken.
the frogs. Was
Yeah,
it
very
a
fresh.
delicacy? I mean, like, it was like common to eat frogs.
Yeah.
Sabong palaka.
Because
Yeah.
now you only have it as a specialty in a restaurant.
Yeah, you
Not
can
all-
order that as a delicacy.
Yes, and it's not very,
Yeah.
very cheap. I mean,
Yeah.
it's also expensive.
That was,
So you would eat frogs.
yeah.
So what else was like a lingering memory from the time of the war?
Yes, yes.
What's a lingering memory? Like when you think of the war, what's the first thing that comes to
Well,
mind?
When war was declared, Dean Benitez called us at the auditorium. She said, "Children, you have to go home." She said, "It is war." We didn't think of war as something serious.
You had no idea that it was going to be.
December 8, we were all planning to go to Pasig because it was fiesta in Pasig and they had lechon prepared for us.
Sayang the lechon.
Instead of going home, we went to Pasig to
Oh.
eat lechon, all of
Oh.
us, our gang. And then the mother of my friend said, "Oh, children, it's wartime. But we want to eat lechon." All right, you eat lechon and then go home.
So,
And
wow.
then you didn't really fear it because it was like something far away.
Yeah, we didn't think that war is that serious at all.
So what was it like? Was it like like during the coup d'etat before, was it like something in Makati that you couldn't really go out of your houses?
Going home, we saw the people at Taft Avenue. Oh my
Running,
God!
rambling.
Yeah, they were all
Yes.
frightened, and
And were there tanks? I mean, military all around?
that was already during.
Well, actually, when the Japanese started to invade, the planes
Yes.
of the Japanese started
To
dropping
bomb.
bombs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, in fact, one bomb destroyed the bridge in San Juan, and that was only about half a kilometer from where we live.
Half a kilometer.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, so that was frightening because we heard the explosion.
And didn't you go near the plane after that happened?
No, that was,
That was a
another
separate
incident.
one. Oh.
You know, they called it dogfight.
Dogfight, oh, right.
Japanese and
Yes,
American
They would
plane.
watch that, yeah.
I think we
And
were
then
already married.
the
Yes.
American plane was shut down. And it was shut down not far from us. So, being kids, you know,
Yes.
we were curious because we saw the plane go down and the
Yeah.
pilot fall.
oh.
And we ran to the place because it was near.
Yes,
We
yes.
ran to the place where he fell. And the only thing we saw is his thumb.
Really?
Well, I think that was
It
the
was his
only.
thumb.
Yeah, because his body was just
Yeah.
blown apart.